Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we have a Patreon request we're going to be working on. This is from Alice Collins, who is one of my patrons, who's been with me for a while, and who has been very patient with me about this video. She asked for this actually a few months back, and I've been meaning to get around to it. I knew it was going to be a hard video to do, and so it kept getting put off while other things, channel related and non-channel related, real life, all sorts of stuff happened. I'd gotten a new job, moved, etc., 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 etc. I ended up going back to the old job because I liked it better. Long story short, this has been coming for a while. So this video we're going to be talking about, and I appreciate your patience, Alice, thank you. We're going to be talking about the Doctor Who fan band Chameleon circuit. And I wasn't familiar with them, although I was familiar with one of their songs at a time. I hadn't heard it, but I remembered back in the late 2000s, I think it was, one of my friends talking about it. He just couldn't remember who did it. Because it was a really popular song, I think, within the fandom, and he was aware of it. And I'd never heard of them, but I went and checked them out, and I listened to 10 of their songs. I didn't go through all of them. I listened to 10, which one is their take on an existing piece of instrumental music from Doctor Who, the show. And the other 9 are original pieces they've done, and I'm going to kind of talk about my thoughts on them. Now, the one I was aware of ahead of time was Exterminate, Regenerate, which I really like. It's not perfect. And I know Chameleon Circuit has different people who sing in different songs. They have this one singer that sounds like he's straight out of like a mid to late or early 2000s music video, that kind of angsty, I don't know if angsty is the right word, this kind of 17-year-old pouring his heart out, and his vocal tone doesn't quite work for me. It's kind of like how I never got into like Simple Plan and stuff like that. It's that very 2000s sound, which I know is when some of these songs came out. I think this band's been around since the mid to late 2000s. I don't know whether they're still active or not. And there are times when I like Exterminate, Regenerate a lot, but there are times I can't understand what he's saying. Like he's singing, and I'm like, okay, I can't tell what he's saying. But like the chorus is really good. That Exterminate, Regenerate, it's really catchy. I had it going through my head at work the other day, because I've been listening to these over the course of about a 2 or 3 day period, and I was at work, and just that chorus, that was going through my head, so that's good, it's catchy. And the music part of it, the actual instruments, is really good. It's got a really good sound, it's got a really good flow. The songs I like by them, they have a really good flow, for lack of a better word. The way they go, it's catchy. I tend to like when music's catchy and it kind of gets me caught up in it. And I like the chorus. Again, some of the other parts besides the chorus, but it's a really good song. It was easily one of my favorites by them. I think one of their most famous ones. It's really, really good. And then I listened to Sound of Drums. I didn't care for that one. I can't remember why right off. I know I didn't get all the way through it. I was wondering if it was a variation on the actual Sound of Drums theme from the show. It's not. It's an original piece. But it didn't do much for me. It was kind of putting me off. And then I listened to Count the Shadows, kind of the same thing. Didn't really get into that one, didn't get all the way through it. Kind of at that point where I'm like, might not be a good review. And then I listened to their song Blink. At least that was the name of it on the YouTube channel I was listening to, which is synced like a music video to footage from Blink. I like that one a lot. Again, it's just kind of going. Like I could feel myself jamming in the car to it as I'm driving down the road. Because a lot of times when I'm listening to music, it's when I'm driving, whether I'm going to work or coming home from work or going out somewhere, meeting up with a friend. I tend to listen to the radio a lot when I'm driving. You know, I really like music a lot. And I just enjoy listening when I'm driving. So I really liked it. It just had this nice, I like the way the lyrics flow. I like their form and their structure. I like the music with it. And it kind of has this indie sound to it that I like. It was catchy. I really enjoyed it a lot. And then I listened to Kiss the Girl. Same thing. I liked Kiss the Girl. It was catchy. It had my attention. I could picture myself just, driving down the road listening to that. Those are probably my top 3 by them. Exterminate, Regenerate, Blink, and Kiss the Girl. I really enjoyed those. And Kiss the Girl, like, that can apply to Doctor Who, especially the the 10th Doctor and Rose. That could just be a regular song for all sorts of stuff. Regular life, other TV shows. It's catchy, though. I liked it. And then there was a Teenage Rebel, which I liked. Not as much as the others, but I liked it. I think I would have liked it more if I was listening to it driving. Again, it was good. It wasn't as good as Kiss the Girl, especially since I listened to it coming off of Kiss the Girl, which was really good. I didn't get all the way through it, but that was more, I think, just trying to move on, listen to more stuff. If it had come on while I was driving, I think I would have liked it even more. It was still good. And then there was Type 40. I didn't really get into Type 40. Sometimes the music does weird stuff. I can't remember if Type 40 is the one that had this weird noise going on in the background. This boom, 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 boom. One of the songs did, and it was driving me bonkers. I didn't really get into Type 40. It just wasn't for me. And then there was Silence in the End. I'm trying to read my own handwriting. Silence in the End of All Things. I didn't even get far into that one. I didn't really care for it. I don't even remember why. I think I've already repressed that memory. That one didn't work for me. I didn't care for that one. And then they had one called Regenerate Me that was pretty good. There's a part, it's a short song. It's like under 3 minutes long. It's like 2 minutes and 47 seconds. And like there's a vocal part at the beginning and a vocal part kind of at the end with a big space in the middle with more instrumental. Now there is one part where there's this kind of that carries on too long. Like it's kind of a voice just kind of doing a stretched out sound that goes on considerably longer than it should. But other than that, it was really good. I did enjoy that one. That's another one I think if I had it on during the car, I think I'd really like it. And then the last one was a song called 11, which is their rendition of I Am the Doctor. And I love I Am the Doctor. That's one of my favorite incidental music pieces in all of Doctor Who. It's just such an epic, bombastic theme. I love the 11th Doctor's theme. It's just, ever since the first time I heard it in the 11th hour, I have loved that theme. And their take on it is really good. I really enjoyed it. It's not long. It's only like a little over a minute long, little under a minute and a half between there. But it's nice. It's a little more, I won't quite say heavy metal, but it hits a little harder than the official version of it. But it's good. It's really good. I did like it a lot. So it was about half and half. There's about 4 or 5 of them that really didn't work for me. About 4 or 5 of them I liked to varying degrees. Like I said, 3 of them were phenomenal. Exterminate, Regenerate, Blink, and Kiss the Girl were phenomenal. Whereas Teenage Rebel and Regenerate Me were good. I'd like them more if I was listening to them in the car. And again, their take on I Am the Doctor was pretty good. Not as good as the official version, but still a nice alternate version of it to listen to. Whereas the others, I didn't really care for. They very much in some of their stuff have a late 2000s sound, which is when some of those songs were made. They have kind of an indie sound. I like that they do change up their approach to music, so their songs do sound different. They do different things, and I love when bands experiment and try different stuff. I always give props for that. I love the fact they use different singers. Like I said, their one singer, I don't think he's the most talented singer in the world, but he's definitely not the worst singer in the world. He's a better singer than I am. So yeah, it was interesting to listen to. Some of these songs, like I said, I think I will actually have to try listening to them on the way to work sometime to see what I think of them. But yeah, do I like them enough to listen to some more of their stuff? I'm not sure, because doing this video, one of the reasons it kept getting put off is I knew it was going to be a bit of a chore to do. I'm not sure why, but I knew it was going to be. Although not nearly as much of a chore as I thought it was going to be honest. I don't know if I want to listen to more and maybe do a follow-up video sometime. I haven't decided. But again, those 3, Exterminate, Regenerate, Blink, and Kiss the Girl, those are phenomenal. Those are fun. Those are a lot of fun. I like those. So I may attempt to do that. So Alice, I appreciate your patience on this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you don't like what I said, I'm sorry, but you've been very patient. Thank you. I appreciate you continuing to support me on Patreon. I hope I'm recording this on New Year's Day. Happy New Year's, everybody. I'm hoping for a great 2023. If you have requests you would like to make, all of my patrons, anyone who joins at any patron level, Patreon level, gets a free video request. So check out my Patreon. There is a link to that down in the description below. That does help me take care of the bills. It is something I really would like to grow in 2023. It's one of my active goals for 2023 is to do more with the Patreon. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Colin Coney, Dr. Finn Perkins, and Stephen Crane for their continued support. I appreciate their support as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review, as well as a link to my Amazon wish list and another link to my Amazon UK wish list as well. There's a couple things on there. And if you enjoy my channel and my content, I would appreciate just if you click the subscribe button and click that thumbs up like button. That helps me out. I appreciate it. Another goal is to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers this year. It just unlocks so many more things I can do with the channel. I know a lot of you want live streams. That is another goal for 2023 is live streams, so I'm working on that. And most importantly, thank you for watching.